This video is brought to you by Voyager. And get interest on your cryptocurrency, some of the highest yields I've ever seen, by going to metkevin.com/Voyager and use code Kevin. Also, the coupon for courses on building your wealth, linked down below, does expire tonight. The popular show on Netflix, Squid Games, has now inspired an official cryptocurrency called the SQUID Token, which you can then use to enter virtual Squid Games competitions to earn more SQUID tokens by winning prize pots by, of course, being the last player standing out of groups of 456. And while playing the Squid Games game, you can also earn marbles. You'll earn more marbles if you're not violent to others in the game. And these marbles are really important because if at any point you want to sell your SQUID token, which you've invested in to play the Squid Games, if you want to sell out of the SQUID token, you're going to need marbles, because without marbles, you won't be able to sell. Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Look, if you are confused, intrigued, worried, if you think this is a scam, if you have no idea what the heck this is, and you just like Squid Games and now you hear there's a cryptocurrency associated with it, and you want to know, wait, is this something you should buy? You should watch this video. All right, let's get into this. So first things first, from its initial price, the token, SQUID token, $SQUID, is up 80,000%. If you go to CoinMarketCap only shows this coin as of October 26th. It shows it at approximately 5 cents, around 2 cents, 5 cents, bouncing around here, potentially as low as, what do we got here, 1.2 cents on October 26th. And it's just gone parabolic since then. Right now we're sitting at $11.74 per token, up 416% just in the day. We've got about $12.5 million of 24-hour volume and a total market cap of about $9.3 billion right now. $9.3 billion. The Squid Games token is currently ranked the 2,778th largest token on CoinMarketCap. And there is a banner here that, quote, "We have received multiple reports that users are not able to sell this token in PancakeSwap. This might have to do with those marbles, which we'll talk about soon. Please do your own due diligence and exercise caution while trading. This project, while clearly inspired by the Netflix show of the same name, is unlikely to be affiliated with the official intellectual property." And this is our expectation as well. We do not think this is an affiliated coin. This appears to be an unofficial coin. In fact, it's so unofficial that CoinGecko has preferred to stay away from SQUID, saying, quote, "This token did not meet our listing criteria, hence it will not be listed on CoinGecko. It's most likely a scam," says CoinGecko coin founder Bobby Ong, as he told the Cointelegraph in an interview. He also stressed that CoinGecko is not the Squid Game token partner, as it's mentioned on its website. The co-founder of CoinGecko says this is most certainly not true, and we are not a partner, nor are we affiliated with Squid Game. So a lot of sort of misleading information potentially starting out, but what is this and how does this work? Well, if we want to know more, we can go to squidgame.cash. And here you're going to find a website, and one of the first things that you'll find are pictures of the actual Squid Game that you might be able to play. They say this is built on 6 different games. You start with the red light, green light game, and then you go on to the game on cutting out the little food puzzles. And there are 456 players per game. One winner takes the pie. Worth noting that they have a banner here that says Elon Musk shilled for Squid Game, $SQUID token to the moon. And they have a few pictures here, or actually they just link directly to the tweets here, where somebody wrote, "Squid Game." World of Engineering tweeted, "What's the most overhyped thing of 2021? Squid Game." Elon Musk replies, laughing emoji. No direct relation there to this Squid token. And here's a link that says, ISPs want more money because so many people are streaming Squid Game. Those are internet service providers. Elon Musk says Squid Game is Squid Game for ISPs, internet service providers. So no direct relation here to the Squid token. So kind of seems a little shady on the website that they would say that Elon Musk is shilling for $SQUID when he didn't say anything about $SQUID. But anyway, you get pictures of the games that could be played here. If you go to the play button and you try to play, you'll find that these are actually just coming soon right now, so we can't actually play these games yet. They're listed as coming soon. And the founders can't really be found anywhere, which is also kind of interesting, because if you scroll down over here to, it just says member, And it says here the CEO, CMO, CTO, Chief Marketing Officer, it's Chief Executive Officer, Chief Technology Officer, right? Developers, designers, or whatever. I Google reverse imaged a few of these pictures. So for example, I took Canny's picture here, I saved it, I uploaded it to Google reverse images. I did the same thing with Danny, I did the same thing with Dave over here, with Steve over here. I could not find that these pictures had ever been used before. And that made me think two things. One, either they're fake pictures because they're not real people, or these people are just really private and this is the first time they took a new picture and this is the first time they've put this picture out. But I also can't find anything on those same named peoples when I did a Googling on those names. So I can't seem to find anything about these people. It is worth noting that NVIDIA about 3 years ago created this website. And it is an algorithm website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. Seriously, try it. Go to thispersondoesnotexist.com. And they basically create people's faces every time you refresh. So every time you refresh the page, you get a different human that is not real. These are not real people. These are like computer-generated pictures of people. Yeah. Kind of interesting because in some way, they could potentially look like profile pictures as well. So worth noting that thispersondoesnotexist.com is a real website created by NVIDIA to use algorithms to create people that do not exist. Again, can't find these individuals on online. Also, worth noting that if I go to the Twitter handles here, the Squid Game's BSC Twitter handle, which is GoGo Squid Game, is now temporarily restricted because there's been unusual activity from the account. They don't follow anyone. You can't comment on any of their stuff. And they just post sort of updates on the Squid Game's market cap or whatever. That's this one, which is the official linked Twitter from this website. If I go to the next Twitter handle, that one's just straight up suspended. If I go to the Telegram or Discord, the Discord doesn't actually allow you to chat, and neither does the Telegram, which is kind of sus. So then I thought, okay, well, let's go to the white paper and try to understand why would people buy this thing? Like, what's the theory? What's the thesis? So let's look at the white paper for the Squid Game. All right, so the Squid Game, this is a play-to-earn platform, apparently, which they're trying to really leverage the popularity of Axie Infinity right now. In fact, they're going to do a direct reference here to Axie Infinity. I actually invest in the Axie Infinity token. I'm still very much a novice on Axie Infinity, though, so I got a lot of work to do on that one. Very high-risk investment. I tell you, it's like, that could just go down 50% and it's like GG, right? But anyway... so this basically just gives you the overview that 456 people will be able to join, and the more people join, the expectation is the larger the prize money will be, which makes sense because if you have 10 people versus 456, obviously there's going to be more potential for prize money. I do think it's interesting that they say here your experience will not reflect deadly consequences, but instead it says your experience will only reflect the joy of winning rewards and the sorrow of losing money when the game fails. So the reason they say that is because you have to buy to get into the game. So you have to hold SQUID Token, and you have to pay 456 SQUID to get into round 1 of the game. Well, it's going to cost you now, because SQUID has gone up so high, it's literally going to cost you $5,312 to enter the first round. And if you don't have enough money to get to the last round, you guaranteed already lose money, right? Because the only way to make money playing the games is by making it to the last person standing. All of these fees, 10% of the fees go to the developers as a profit, which I kind of think are fake people. And 90% of the money goes to the pool, so the prize pot, right? So the first is the red light, green light game that you're going to play. The second is the candy game, and you have 30 seconds to cut out the shape of the honeycomb candy, just like in the real Squid Games. And if you win, the players that win here are going to get a certain candy NFT here. But bear in mind, it's going to cost you $11,600 right now to enter round 2. To enter round 3, it's going to cost you $23,200. And you win the tug of war based on the frequency of clicking. They do say at the end of this white paper that they're going to do whatever they can to make sure that they will ban bots. Good luck with that one. There's so many click bots. You do also have quite a few typos that end up coming out, extra dots and misspellings in various different places of this paper. Then you got to play marbles based on also the Squid Games game. And the entry fee is actually 4,000 squid plus the NFT that you win in level 2, which is the candy NFT. So you have to spend your candy NFT to enter the round number 4 plus $46,000. Then you have to play the glass stepping stone game. You need to spend your NFT from the previous round along with $93,000. And then you're going to win another NFT if you win the glass stepping stone game. And then the final game is going to cost you $174,700 right now to join, or 15,000 squid, plus your NFT from the prior game. And then when you win, technically you win the big bonus here. And these are going to be groups of 456 players. And then there are going to be 5 different series, like there's going to be a series of NFTs based on sort of your progress in the game, apparently, or how well you do in the game, like an achievements-based thing. I do find it interesting that there is expected to be about a total supply of 724 million of these squid. And I basically got to that by subtracting out the admin and marketing and the burning. Although technically, I suppose admin and marketing could be part of the burn, or it could be part of supply. So somewhere between 724 million and 800, well, less than 800, be like minus 14 million, so 786 million, roughly around there. So 724 to 786 is the circulating supply for the SQUID token. And here, then they introduce you, and this is where things get a little confusing. So first, you're going to buy SQUID to enter this game for the right to buy it, right? Every time somebody buys SQUID, it is going to allow somebody else to sell it using marbles at to start with, a 2-to-1 ratio. So you're going to need 2 marbles to sell 1 SQUID. So if this gets convoluted, yeah, I know, I get it. So let's say you had 100 SQUID. In order for you to actually sell that SQUID, you're going to need 200 marbles. But for you to get marbles, you either have to buy them or you have to play the games. But playing the games gives you a 455 out of 456 chance of losing all your SQUID, right? Because 1 out of 456 actually win, right? So that's not so good. Is this a 56? I want to make sure I got the number right there. But let's go to the front page here. So it is, 456 players, exactly. Okay, good. So now, when you have marbles, which you get from playing, you'll be able to sell your other SQUID. So if you put like 10,000 SQUID in here, let's just do that math here really quickly. If for some reason you're like, oh, I'm going to buy 10,000 SQUID, and you have an expectation of winning 1 out of 456 times, but 10,000 SQUID isn't even enough to get you through level 1. See, level 1's going to cost you 456. Level 2 is going to cost you 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000. You're not even going to be able to get to level 5 of the games. So 10,000 SQUID isn't even enough to play the game. So basically, if it's not enough for you to play the game, there's no way you're going to be able to earn marbles. Instead, you'll have to buy marbles for the right to sell your SQUID. And then those marbles get burned. So if you had 10,000 SQUID token, right now you would need roughly 20,000 marble, but this math gets funky. I'll tell you about that in a moment. You need about 20,000 marbles, which sell for about $3.30 right now, which means you would have to somehow have $66,000 in marbles just to be able to sell 10,000 times 11, so about $111,000 worth of SQUID. So you're going to lose 66K just trying to sell your SQUID, let alone playing the game with a massive odd of losing. Okay, massive probability of losing doesn't sound that good. But anyway, they refer to this as marbles being inspired by SLP from Axie Infinity. This is what you earn when you win the game in Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is really interesting. It's highly, highly risky and speculative. But anyway, very interesting. And Marbles is a token that's basically really, its sole purpose is to make it harder for you to sell and dump squid. That's pretty much the argument here. And what I calculated, because of the math they give you here, is that they're only putting out 900,000 marbles a day, and the initial supply is 21 million. But wait a minute. If you go over here and you have 724 million squid, which we learned here, you're going to have at least 724 million in circulation. 724 million in circulation would require about 1.4 billion marbles to sell at 2 to 1. They're only issuing 900,000 a day. So that would take you around 4 years to actually have enough marbles for all squids to circulate one time, to be able to sell one time. So in other words, people who are putting their money into this are really going to be heavily incentivized to play the game, because it's going to be really difficult to get your money out of this. Even if you win, it's going to be really expensive to get all the marbles that you need to get out, which is kind of interesting. Probably why CoinMarketCap has that banner and an alert about this. But anyway, then they talk a little bit more about the features, some addresses, how to sell. Again, right now they mention that you sell with a 2 to 1 ratio with marbles. But there are a lot of folks on Reddit right now who are actually complaining that they sold one squid. They sold one squid token. They had 12 marbles, but after they sold the one squid token, 5 marbles actually burned, so they ended up with 7, which is kind of odd, because that either means the gas fee was changed, or the amount of marbles you burn when you sell squid is pegged to some sort of 2 to 1 ratio between the initial price of squid and the initial price of marbles. And then it fluctuates, and they're sort of tethered together somehow. Very, very funky. I don't fully understand that part. But anyway, then they talk about how they're going to market this, how they want to, look at this. You will see countless memes flooding your newsfeed on every social media app, including Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and of course, all the major cryptocurrency forums. Okay? Including, they mention here CoinGecko, which it's worth noting that CoinGecko purposefully excluded them. And major communities in Telegram will discuss about Squid, and then we will hold 5 airdrop activities to gauge or to stage interest. They also then talk about an audit, how they're going to provide their audit report, which they did, but this audit report is really just a PDF thrown together by CoinScope, and like basically the bottom line is that they give them 92% score on the team and the contract and the domain info. Like, really? You're going to rate them based on their domain info? Like, that seems kind of shady and sus. But anyway, CoinScope it put together this information. And if you just Google CoinScope audits, you could review coinscope.co. And if you go to coinscope.co, you can get an audit. And the way you would do this is you would submit a form, basically, to get your coin audited. You could either email them or you could add your coin right here. And my assumption is they just charge a fee and then they'll audit your coin and rate you. But for them to collect more revenue, they probably have an incentive to give people good ratings so that they keep getting used. This is, to me, kind of like the rating agencies that really helped fuel the 2008 financial crisis, where we had rating agencies incentivized to rate bonds that were junk bonds at AAA just to get more fees. Okay, interesting. So far we've got a lot of things that are quite sus. Now, a question that comes up often is, how do you buy it? Well, this is also a little sus. So to buy coins that are not presently on the market or regular like exchanges like Coinbase Pro or Voyager. Oh my gosh, Voyager's been so good to me. Like, I've been transferring all my coins over there. Worth noting that you can sign up for Voyager Digital and get substantial yields on your cryptocurrency. For the best promotion and the fastest way to set up your account, go to metkevin.com/Voyager and then use code Kevin. So metkevin.com/Voyager, use code Kevin. But anyway, PancakeSwap would let you trade coins that are usually otherwise not available. And so I could go in here and I could trade, let's say I'm going to take ETH and I'm going to go buy, I don't know, Alpha token or Alu, whatever. I don't know a lot of these tokens. Some of them look familiar. Bell Protocol, whatever. There are hundreds of them listed on here. Marsh, Unmarshal, Math, Mobox, whatever. In order to get SQUID to show up, you have to click SQUID here by SQUID. And then it'll show up here. But you get this warning that it's an unknown source token, and to import this, which you could just hit import here, it would then allow you to, in theory, buy some SQUID. But I don't have a balance on here right now. But in order to get money over here, you'd have to connect your MetaMask, which I highly recommend. MetaMask. MetaMask's a pretty good decentralized wallet. But now I think it's worth, at this point, trying to come up with some kind of conclusion on what I think about this. Right after I mentioned that OpenSea has a totally unofficial Squid Gamers merchandise or NFT collection of characters wearing merch. And it's all 456 of the characters, apparently. What I did find interesting is that they almost all look the same. They almost all have exactly the same nose. And it's just the hair and like the number on the shirt. This is something else. Okay, so that is the SQUID token. Now, what's my verdict on this? Well, I would not recommend you buy this. I think if you put money into this, the odds of you winning in the SQUID game are 1 out of 456, and because other people are probably going to cheat, I would say your odds of winning are negative, like 0 to negative. Even if you did win, I think you would find it impossible to find enough marbles to actually get your SQUID token out and ever make money on the token. So unfortunately, I'm concerned, especially since the developers aren't reachable and it looks kind of shady, I'm concerned that anybody who's bought SQUID token might end up getting stuck in this network. Because if everybody all of a sudden wants to sell SQUID token because they don't like this anymore, and the SQUID token price plummets, and the price for marbles skyrockets, you're going to get screwed. Because see, you get screwed doubly that way. Consider that for a moment. If you play the game, you're going to lose your SQUID because your chance of winning is next to 0. If you don't play the game and you just want to cash out, you need marbles. But if people realize the odds of winning are next to 0, everybody's going to want to cash out, driving the price up of marbles, driving the price down of SQUID, because who's going to want to buy SQUID if they realize there's next to no chance of buying? So nobody's going to want SQUID, so demand's going to plummet. Demand's going to skyrocket for marbles, which means the price of marbles goes to the moon. But you don't want to hold marbles because the only thing that marbles really does for you, I mean, other than you being able to potentially trade it and speculate it, if you could even get your hands on it, which you might only be able to do by playing the game, which would be dumb because you'd lose a lot of money in SQUID, which is also dumb. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure there are ways to actually trade marbles as well, but you'd have to find people who are holding it. I can't seem to get marbles to work on PancakeSwap. See, when I click on buy marbles right here, even though it implies that you should be able to do it, it just never actually shows up for me. I could only figure out how to get SQUID. So it kind of also makes me concerned. Oh, hey, it actually came up. Okay. So it actually came up. That's impressive. Okay. In fairness, marbles actually came up. So maybe there is a way to buy and sell it through this. You got the same warning though. But anyway, my expectation is the price of SQUID's going to plummet. The price of marbles is going to skyrocket as people try to get out of here. I do think there's a good chance that people are going to speculate on the price of marbles, which could lead to a lot of volatility in the price, which means it could actually go down even in the short term. Yeah, I don't know about this because, again, the only utility of marbles is getting your SQUID out. So I would not want to touch SQUID for the life of me. If you wanted to trade something, I'd probably want marbles. Unless, and here's the other risk factor, okay? Here's where it gets crazy, though. Because there's going to be a flip. So watch this. You're going to have a flip at some point. If marbles are worth $3 right now for a marble, and a SQUID token is worth $11, well, it makes sense to pay 2 marbles or $6 to get my $11 out, right? But at some point, you'll probably get to this weird parity where what might happen actually is you might actually end up seeing the SQUID token go down to, let's say, $2. And if marbles is at $3, nobody's gonna buy marbles, because why would you buy marble other than to trade it? Why would you buy a marble just to unlock your SQUID token? Because you would now be paying $6 to unlock $2. That'd be dumb. It'd be a net negative $4 trade, right? So that would mean the price of marbles would have to go down to probably somewhere around $2 or somewhere around $1. And now you have this break even, which that doesn't make sense either. So you'd probably have to see marbles go down to somewhere around 0.5 cents. Now it would make sense for people to want to unlock their SQUID again. So in other words, this is like horrible from every way I look at it. If the price of SQUID goes down, marbles has to go down. At least in the short term, though, there's going to be this weird potential pump and drive for people wanting marbles so they can get their SQUID back out. But then they're burning a lot of money on their SQUID, and if they play the game, they're screwed. Everything about this literally feels like a trap. Like, it feels like a Chinese handcuff. Like, once you stick your finger in, you can't get it out. And there's no way you can squeeze in using another hand to get your finger out. It's a disaster. So I don't recommend it. It's not affiliated from anything that I could tell with the actual Netflix, and I would steer clear. Anyway, hopefully you appreciated that explanation, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.